Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about RFK Jr. under pressure to resign. RFK Jr. had let's just call it, contentious. He had a hearing on Capitol Hill that went really, really badly for him. He was called a charlatan and ignorant. And there is continuous pressure for him to resign coming from multiple places. And there are even breaks between him and Trump showing. But there's also something that might keep him in his post. Obviously, the most dramatic call to resign is coming from, his own family. RFK Jr.'s sister, Kerry Kennedy, said, quote, "Medical decisions belong in the hands of trained and licensed professionals, not incompetent and misguided leadership." Ouch. Joseph P. Kennedy III, who is the nephew of the embattled secretary and a former congressperson, said, quote, "Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a threat to the health and well-being of every American. None of us will be spared the pain he is inflicting." But those are people from a prominent Democratic family. It's not like tried and true Trump supporters want him gone, right? Jerome Adams, who was Trump's Surgeon General during his first term, and is still a supporter of the president, saying, quote, "President Trump is clearly the leader on foreign policy, clearly the leader on the economy and tariffs. But he's also a doctor." So he said, quote, "I'm deeply concerned about the health and safety of our nation under RFK's current leadership. I absolutely believe he is uniquely damaging the credibility of federal agencies like the CDC." Then he went on to say, quote, "I still am hopeful that President Trump will begin to see the danger that is being presented, not just to America, but to his own legacy, by continuing to have RFK in this position, making these horrific decisions." Again, this is a Trump supporter. The former Surgeon General was asked if Trump should fire RFK Jr. He said, quote, "I absolutely believe that he should, for the sake of the nation and the sake of his legacy." Trump has lightly pushed back on Kennedy. When talking about older vaccines, Trump said, quote, "They're just pure and simple. They work. They're not controversial at all. And I think those vaccines should be used." In a bizarre twist, he seemed to indicate the vaccine he was responsible for was one he wasn't sure about. But it's important to remember that there is a widespread belief that RFK Jr. was put into that position as part of a deal to obtain Kennedy's endorsement in the last election. If the secretary was removed by Trump, that might create a lot of tension and political fallout far beyond what we might imagine. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.